What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the simulator. Today is June 2nd, 2025. Let's go ahead and play the Flying Fat Kids Crazy Fun League. Tournament's called Don't Feed the Wildlife, and the course is Estes or Estes Park. Let's check out the vitals here. Generous 8-foot, gimme auto putt, 6,500 yard tees, Thursday pins, soft greens with a stimp of 11. Fairway firmness is links and the wind is breezy. And your tournament's at 7,500 feet. That is crazy. He must have heard me griping about the stuff not being at sea level and found the highest course he possibly could on GS Pro. All right, let's play some golf. All righty, we are all loaded up here. Good looking course so far. Number one fairway is just straight down the gut. And we've got some wind in our face. Let's get the show on the road here. Okay, par 4, obviously. This is going to play 231 out of the rough. With a nasty headwind. And finally, 40 yards into Le Pin. Out of the rough, obviously. Obviously. 40 yards here. I think that was not bad. Get up there. Should be a par. Buck 41 here. Let's go with a pitching wedge. We have a tailwind. Really don't want to hit this ball too hard here. And hit it too hard, we did not. Looks like we were back off the heel there, almost in dangerous territory. Okay, let's get this out of here and hopefully get out for par. Alrighty, number 3 is 440 yard par 4. Looks like we got to carry 202 just to get to the fairway. I wouldn't say the fairways are too terribly wide either, especially not this hole. And we do have that tailwind, of course. left. Was 8 yards offline, but I had hit it to the left as well. Looks like we have 200 left to go here. Let's hit a 3-wood. That is a massive, geez, that looks really big. Like it's out of proportion to everything else. That is a big old elk. Uh, 20 downhill here. These generous gimme circles are certainly helping out our score, but I'm guessing they will also be helping out everyone else's score as well. Got some wind in our face. I wouldn't say we're going to hit too terribly far. 435 yard par 4 here. Guessing that was a no read. This strangely started happening a lot when I started running this big DeWalt fan here behind me. We've got a ready for shot, as you can see at the bottom left in the lab software. Another misread. T's stuck here. Not a misread, a no read. There is a difference. All right, ready for shot. Okay, it got that one. What was that, 2 missed shots? Uh, 202 into the wind out of a bunker. Let's hit a 5-iron here and hope we clear the rim of the bunker, the berm, the edge, whatever you want to call it. Sit. Oh, are we in a, now we are, well, not quite in another bunker. All right, out of the bunker, we were able to only lose 7%. Raw carry was 180. Game carry was 152. Good enough for government work, I'd say. Ball's going to come out slightly right and we're uphill into a wind. I'm not too terribly worried about this. Let's just play it as is here. Get in the hole. Number 5 is a 414 yard par 4. If we can get some distance off the tee, maybe get her there in 2. You can see we've got OB all along the right here. should be good to go, depending on what has colliders here. No colliders on the fence. These trees all have colliders. We're probably just gonna have to get out of here, honestly. Little 50-yard chip shot, and it is a par 4. So we're probably looking at our first bogey here, unless I have some kind of miracle approach shot after this. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And we will be hitting out of the rough again, thanks largely to the Lynx firmness fairways here. 147 with a tailwind. We can just kind of play this at face value, I'd say. Let's hit a 9-iron. And everything's going to want to kind of hang over to the left, but we do have some wind that's blowing slightly to the right. Oh, that sat down so nice. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, this is for par. If that had sat down nice, we'd have been fine, but we still got to get in the circle here of life. Get in there. All right, that should be our first bogey. Maybe we can get a birdie somewhere along the way. 600-yard par 5 here. Downhill, maybe we can get something going. Maybe. And if you haven't noticed yet, this course doesn't seem to have any audio. Like, I can hear the ball hitting the ground, but there's no birds chirping or anything like that that I'm aware of. Got a tailwind too here. Okay, we might be in a bit of a pickle. Yeah. Let's see what we can do to get out of here. I'm not sure what this is over here. What is that? It's a tree with some weird crap going on. That's all I can really tell you. Stuff's all got colliders. Let's just get out of here. We need to hit about, I don't know, 90. There's not a whole lot I can do out of here. Okay, another missed shot. This is becoming increasingly more frequent. Okay, there's our medicine. We took our medicine for another offline tee shot. Can reasonably expect to hit the 3-wood, maybe, if we get a hold of it, maybe 250. And now we've got 80 yards in with a bit of a tailwind. The greens are pretty soft though, according to the stats at the beginning of the round. And we do have that tailwind. Let's see if we can put something together here. Okay, it did sit soft. Would have been nice if it rolled out a little more. For 16 feet 10 inches here. All right, that was almost in there. I think that should be a par. Nope, another bogey. That's unfortunate. Okay. The simulator's slicing a lot more than I do out in real life. So I'm not gonna change what I do. I'm not gonna change my stance in here. I'm just gonna play a little further over to the left, which is not earth-shattering news, just the drives to the right are costing us a lot of strokes here. We're 2 up now, which is a good score in real life, but not really that great in the simulator. Okay, we're downhill into a wind. Let's just play this at face value and see where we land here. Maybe a crisply struck 8-iron. Okay, get right, get right. I don't love the bounce we just got, if I'm being honest. I do not love it. Let's see, I think greenside rough takes quite a penalty. Let's find out together. 21. Number 8 is a 350-yard par 4. It's going to play 344 plus some wind. It doesn't really matter. It's driver. I can't get it over there anyway. And let's aim way off the fairway to compensate for the slice I'm getting here in the simulator. Face to path was 12% open, or 12 degrees. That's pretty crazy. Okay, we got 109 uphill, so it's going to play about 114 plus a tailwind. Let's hit a sand wedge and see if we can't get up there. Ball's going to want to go a little left. Let's aim maybe here. Should have maybe taken the gap, or the gap wedge, but we good. Big old gimme circles here. "36 feet 8 inches of feel." Another par. 489-yard par 5. Let's aim a little off the fairway here. then hit precisely in that direction anyway. That's fun. "100 yards out of the rough into a wind, and we're a little uphill. Let's take the gap wedge. Get right. That was somehow too much club. Shot 4 on a par 5. Let's see if we can get this somewhere near the circle for a par. We should be fine. We just need to hit 17 yards here. Okay, that was way too much. We're probably looking at a bogey now. Okay, 3 over after 9 glorious holes. Not to be confused with ... Got some wind blowing to the right. 177 is going to play about 169. The wind's going to mess with it a little bit. Let's hit an 8-iron here. Leaving us some work to do. We're on the green, but it's quite a long putt. 33, 38 feet, 10 inches of feel. Didn't quite get it there. Should be a par. We don't need this huge map open here. Alrighty, short par 4 here. Let's see if we can capitalize on this baby here. Uh-oh. Sit down, sit down. There goes your fairway and regulation there. That sucks. Uphill into the wind, out of the rough. So we know we need to hit quite a bit further than 78 yards. Let's hit a sand wedge. Okay, I was bladed. It's hard to know where that's gonna go. Lob wedge. 13 yards. Wind's not going to have any effect. We know we're downhill. We don't need to go very far at all here. Maybe a little further than that. That ball just kind of died there. All right, that should take us to 4 over. Yep. Birdies are not coming easily here. And frankly, they should really never come easily. $121, 131. Let's hit a pitching wedge here and see what shakes out. Not bad, just we want those greens to be soft so the ball stops, but sometimes it's not to our advantage, right? It sometimes just isn't. Okay, that broke hard. I don't think I gave it enough schmutz there. Another par. What do we got here? 336 par 4, another opportunity. Wind's blowing to the right. My power fade also goes to the right. It's hard to say where we're going to end up. Not too bad. What do we got? Over the top with an open club face. Story of my life. All right, I think we're going to lose a 25% out of here. So we probably should hit something so we at least get over that bunker. Let's hit a pitching wedge. Ball's going to want to go right, and the wind is blowing to the right. Let's give ourselves at least a sporting chance here. Get up. Okay, that felt like we got penalized pretty bad. 19%. It just didn't get there. Game carry because of our lie and wind and other characteristics was 96. Carry here was 118 on the lab software. That's not much of a difference there. Just remember the lab software doesn't take anything into account. Wind, lie, nothing like that. .275 par 4. This is a genuine opportunity to get some work done here. Let's see if we can take some of this, engineer some of this slice out of here. That was all right, but you saw it take off to the right there shortly after impact, and we're in an okay place, but this isn't a good scoring position, I would say. Everything's got colliders. Let's just try to get out of here with a low lofted club and move on with our lives. Four iron, punch 4-iron, not too bad. Let's put this 58 degree to work here. We know the ball's gonna wanna stop dead in its tracks. Let's try to carry as much of the distance as we can here. No go. We take there, carry 7 yards. Yeah, that wasn't enough. Another bogey, I believe, there. That's fine. 220 par 3, and we're hitting over a hazard here. We need to get the ball there. $47 yards. I think you'd have to be a real stupid person to try and go over these trees. Let me see if I can sneak one through them here. 47. Ball's gonna come out hot, and we got to keep it low. So just got to be judicious with the power here on the 4-iron punch. That thing is coming out hot. We did accomplish the objective. We can maybe get the ball into the circle now, but it's a par 3, so it'll be for bogey. I don't feel like I've had a lot of chances to score here. Driver's really killing us. Driver was on fire on Sunday at the golf course. I'm not real sure here. You just keep on keeping on, right? You keep on keeping on. All right, we will not be hitting into the green this time either by the looks of it, unless we can get something up high. 112, I mean, we could probably get something up pretty high. And we have to. If you look at the berm on that bunker, it's insanely tall. Ball's gonna want to come out to the left, wind's blowing to the right. Let's just leave it as it is and see let the wind cancel the lie. Get up there. Saving grace there was that the ball landed on the fairway before the green. I'm just going to play this. That'd be dumb. Play it straight. So it's 20 feet or so here. Had a good chance for birdie, just couldn't quite capitalize on it. 545 yard par 5. Okay, another fairway in regulation, ripped from our hands. We want to land about 200 yards from this current spot. We got a little bit of wind. Let's hit a 7-iron. That'll get us close enough. And now we've got a $1.07 into the pin, call it a $1.09. Probably need to hit about, I don't know, 104 yards. Let's hit the sand wedge. Let the wind carry it, and then the green should stop it. Except we're a little too far left. Get up there. Lovely bounce. Lovely little bounce there. Birdie putt here. Need to hit it about 12 feet of feel, it looks like. Not quite. Another par. Here we are on the 18th hole. $37. Still 212 out, even after a 262 yard total length drive, which is a bit unfortunate. We're going uphill and we're into a little bit of a headwind. I'd say let's try this 5-iron out. It's not a very big green, and let's just see where we land here. All right, she's heading due right. No OB, we should be safe. Looks like that elk's over there taking a dump. This is gonna be a rough shot. We've got a tree I'm gonna try and get over, but looks like the green's also slanting downhill away from us. Let's just see what happens. That's the story of my life on this course here. 40. Not so bad right there. Not bad at all. Just not firing on all cylinders here. 9-footer. Okay, so we had one natural putt. Let's check out the scorecard here. Lots of pars and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bogeys. That matches the score for a 77 on a par 71, 6,500 yard course length. Let's check out the stats before we close out the video here. 12 pars, no birdies, no eagles. We had 6 bogeys. 262 was the longest drive. Highest ball speed I was able to achieve was a whopping 137 miles an hour. 86 feet of putting, over 26 putts, right? We had a pretty big gimme circle. We had 2 sand saves, 48-minute round. We had 5 greens in regulation, 3 fairways in regulation. It felt like a lot more, but 21% there. And then whatever the hell this means. All right, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.